Hey everyone, just as promised, it's the weekend. It is Sunday, July 1st, and I had a comic book haul last night, and I wanted to share it with you. Now, first, to give you some preference on this particular comic book haul, that was really great. It was two short boxes, and it was slam full. And I don't want to go over everything with you because I know a lot of it's going to seem kind of generic. But I did end up with the complete run of the 52 series. I ended up with a complete run of the Infinity series, or Infinite Crisis series, and I got Countdown, got that, and then there was tons of other stuff in there, a lot of Vampirella, short novels, but I've gone through it and I pulled out some things that I thought was interesting that I wanted to share with you. Now, number one, of course, was X-Men 142. First off, that's just a cool cover. It's in pretty decent condition for the age, and I mean, it was a reader copy. There's some problems on the spine, but all in all, low grade versus no grade, right? Next, I was actually surprised to see this in there too. This is Submariner and the Incredible Hulk, number 87. And I'm sorry about the lighting here. I'm at home. I'm not at my office. But I just think it's great. Oh, and everything was packaged in Mylar. I mean, the guy really took care of this stuff. The next one I found that was pretty interesting in there was the Daredevil number 176. And then when I was growing up, I was a Moon Knight fan. So when I saw this, Marvel Spotlight, this is number 29. Great. And then I've got some Silver Surfer in there, and that's a number 10. And I mean, I'll be honest, for the age and everything, this is probably the better book out of the entire grouping of your older ones. And then my favorite, when I saw this, I almost kind of panicked a little bit. And of course, this is 189 Thor. You got Hela in the background, destroying New York City and everything. It's just a great, iconic cover. I really enjoyed finding that. And then the Piece de Resistance. Now, this is a bad copy. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised it's still intact. I would say it's more of a filler copy than even a reader copy. But that's Marvel Premiere, The Power of the Warlock, number 1. You know, this is great. I'll put this right there. I recently acquired, before I started doing the YouTube channels on this stuff, I'd gotten an Iron Man number 1. So those are going to go together, I think so. Now, I need your help with something. I found something that was a little odd, and I don't know what it is. I tried looking it up. I've never heard of this particular comic book before, and I'm probably going to mispronounce it. I looked it up on eBay to see if people were actually selling it, and some people were for right around the 40 to something range, but I was having trouble finding it through my other sources. Mind you, I was using my cell phone at the time, but I figured I'd give it up to you guys. If you know anything about it, definitely tell me about it. It looks like some sort of generic ripoff between Tarzan and Caveman, but here it is. It's number 47, and is that Theo? I'm not sure, but if you know anything about that, please let me know. This is actually a pretty decent copy for its age. I might take it out and take a look at it and be very careful with it. But if anybody knows anything about it, cool. If not, I'll probably throw it in a lot on eBay with some other comic books. So, and that's not all. There's more. Found some other things too. I've always been a fan of the Marvel Collector series or the Marvel Superhero series, where they fill a bunch of characters into the book, or they recap several stories together. I've always liked that because it's always made it easier when I was a kid rolling around to pick up the comic books and get caught up in everything. But I did not expect to see these in there. I'm probably going to rebag these and keep these because these are actually pretty cool. These are Marvel Collector Item Classics. And this one's number 1. And then there's number 2. I just like it because it has all the other covers on there. I don't know. I always like these things. Let's see here. This one's number 4. And then it jumps all the way to 11. And then 13. And then last but not least, we go down to 19 in there as well. I'll have to do a little bit more research on these, but I think there is some uniqueness to some of these. Now, for the more modern comic book, it had a lot of that typical stuff that you see in bins with a lot of X-Men, you know, and it was some good, some bad, yada, yada, yada. There was one in there that I found very interesting, and it's X-Men 379. So we're going to take a look at this. I might actually read this one in the bag and make sure we board it. And then you just found a bunch of other stuff in there as well. Something else that I found kind of interesting is I always like the villain stories like Forever Evil and stuff like that. I got the complete run of the Villains United as well, which the score for me, right? I know this is not a fan by everybody, but I always liked for a comic book to be a true comic book and enjoyable, there's got to be some great villain in it. And I've always really enjoyed the villains in the comic books. But let me know what you think. Is it superhero or villain that makes the book? I might make that a contest in the future. We'll see. Also ended up with a bunch of, and I know these are going to seem kind of odd for a guy like me to collect, but I really like these old-timey Western ones, like Western Kid and Ringo Kid. I also got Kid Coyote, Cody as well. And then I found something really old, and I'm kind of impressed by this. I can't wait to do a little bit more research on it. But it's this comic book, King Royal Mounted. I always kind of felt these Dell comic books, you know, they're very artistic, drawn, realistic art. I always find those kind of interesting, so I'll definitely take a look at that and through there as well. Let's see here. Got some She-Cat stuff. Oh, yeah, I forgot to show this one to you guys. This was absolutely amazing. Now, when I was a kid, when the Flash Gordon movie came out, y'all remember that? Flash. Right? That was my show. I walked around, me and my friends, we played Flash / Transformers / G.I. Joe in the woods, pew-pewing at each other, and it was nice. And then I saw this in there. And this is a Flash Gordon. This particular issue right here is number 24. It's a great little story in there. You got all the relevant people from the movie in there. I just thought that was, I went back to my childhood. I'm sitting there on the couch with my wife. And for some of you out there that didn't know this, yes, I am married. Surprise. She was like, oh my God, you're such a nerd. You know, it's like, well, I guess I kind of have to accept that a little bit. There was some Kung Fu Master, some more modern stuff, and like I said, lots of Vampirella. But, you know, we'll go through it. We'll see what we got, and we'll see about putting up another video here in the near future. I'm probably going to be going hunting later on today. Today's my birthday, so my gift to myself is to go down to the Virginia Beach Antique Mall or something along those lines and go scavenging for things. So I like that. Other than that, having a great day. I hope you all are too. Leave a comment. If you like the stuff that I found, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs it down. The only way I'm going to know if I'm doing this right is by your comments and what you say. Thank you very much. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.